guys, welcome back to Oursharedtales TV. Today I'm going to be doing an unboxing video and at the same time sharing a short story with you guys. Let's get to it. So I got this tabletop light box from Amazon that I'm going to be using to take pictures, either pictures of products or something like that. So this is what it looks like. It comes with 4 backgrounds, so we're going to see if that is the case. At the end of the video, I'm going to do a test with these lovely earrings to take a picture inside this box to see what it will look like. Okay. Also, the short story we're going to listen to, it's titled Lamb to the Slaughter. It's a story written by Roald Dahl. The story is about this woman called Mary Maloney. She's a wife of a detective. She's a housewife and she's also pregnant with her first child. She's 6 months pregnant. She loves sewing also. Every day she knows when her husband is coming back and she knows when to expect him, what he wants when he comes back. She knows how things go in her home generally. On this particular day, she's patiently waiting for her husband to come home. She keeps looking at her time as she's sewing. She'll be looking at the time. Is it 5 o'clock yet? At exactly 10 minutes to 5, she hears the car coming to the driveway. And she's excited. Yay, my husband is home. And she goes out to meet him. Ooh, okay. She welcomes him. She takes off his coat. Knows that when the husband comes home, he loves to take a drink first before doing anything else, before even starting a conversation. So she pours a drink for him and then pours something very light for herself. And he takes the drink, starts drinking it, calmly, without talking, without saying anything. She's looking at him and he looks very quiet today, unlike other days. So she's just waiting patiently. She thinks, okay, maybe it was a stressful day at work. I'm just going to let him be. When he's ready to talk, he's going to talk, right? When he was done with his drink, she thinks, okay, now it's time to at least ask some questions. Like, are you tired, darling? How was work today? And he tells her, sit down. She's like, okay. She tries to lighten up the mood. She's like, should I get you your slippers? And he's like, no. So she doesn't give up. She keeps asking him, as a senior police officer like you, I don't know why they would stress you so much, making you stand on your feet all day. She tries to sympathize with him, but he doesn't say a word. He doesn't respond to any of it at all. And she keeps going. She's like, oh, should I get you some cheese? Should I pour you another drink? I haven't made supper yet because it's Thursday. So do I get you something? And he's just like, no. But she goes on talking. She's like, oh, we can go out to eat. She just tries to engage him in conversation, but he doesn't respond. Has a smell like something burning, a burning smell. Okay, I'll put that aside for now. Okie dokie. Ta-da! So she keeps talking to him like, should I get you some crackers? Should I get you something? And he responds,
I don't want it.
It's at that moment she gets frightened. She's like, uh-oh, something is seriously wrong. And I don't know if it's my fault. I don't know what to do. So she just stands there waiting for him to say something. And he tells her, go on, sit down. She lowers herself slowly into the chair and waits for him to drop the drop the bomb. So how does this go? Okay, the manual doesn't have any instruction. It just shows pictures that are not clear, so I'm going to try and figure this out by myself. Let's take it apart. So if you get this, always try to fix the one at the bottom first before the top one. So you have to put this one in first and then click it with this. This thing seriously has a burning smell. Okay, back to the story. So the husband tells her, "Sit down, I have something to tell you." And she sits down slowly, quietly, and asks him what's the matter, what's going on. He goes on to tell her how he's not in love anymore, he's tired of the marriage, but in summary, he's asking for a divorce. Well, I don't know what has been happening leading up to that point, so I can't really judge to say he's the devil or she did something wrong. We can't judge. The author didn't state anything. It's a short story. We don't really know. We don't really have all the details. So she just stands there like she's frozen. She can't believe her ears. Like, what? Divorce? At this point? Seriously? She pretends like nothing happened, you know. I think to her, she wanted to feel like, okay, I didn't just hear this. Maybe it's a dream. Maybe I'm going to wake up. She goes ahead into the kitchen and tells him, you know what? I'm going to make dinner. She had a frozen leg of lamb to use to make dinner. So he's like, no, don't worry yourself. I mean, after breaking such news to you, you still want to make dinner for me? No, don't worry about it. I'm going to go out and eat, okay? She looks at him like, I wish I could just kill you or throw this thing at you. And as she's thinking about that, she just flings the frozen leg of lamb at him. And the lamb hits him at the back of his head. You know, it's frozen. You know how frozen meat is? Strong. It's like a rock. So it hits him at the back of his head and he just staggers and falls to the ground. She runs to look at him. He's not moving. He's not breathing. He's dead. My goodness, what did I just do? I just killed my husband, who is a detective. What's going to happen to me? And then her mind is running wild. She's thinking, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Okay, if I tell the truth, all his friends are detectives. What are they going to say to me? They're going to cite his friend. After he's dead, he can't say anything to defend himself. I have a baby on the way. What do I do? Okay. She quickly comes up with a plan. She's like, okay, I need an alibi. So I'm going to dress up now, go out to the market, and then, you know, try to do some shopping. Make sure I talk to everyone in the market. Everyone sees me so that they know that, okay, I'm not the one that killed him. She picks up the lamb that she used in hitting the husband's head, takes it back to the kitchen, washes it. She put it in the oven, turned it on, and put it on high. So now the meat is cooking. So she looks at herself in the mirror and tries to practice what she's going to say when she goes to the market. When she's talking to people, she has to be very confident and calm. She stands in the mirror to practice, like, hi Sam, do you have potatoes? Do you have a can of peas? She's like, okay, that sounds good. So she goes to the market and does everything that she practiced. So she has an alibi now. And the guy asks her, oh, how's your husband Patrick? How is he doing? Today is Thursday. You guys usually eat out. What's going on? She's like, oh, Patrick is so tired. You know, today was a long day at work, so we don't feel like going out to eat. We're going to just eat in and, you know, relax. And the guy is like, oh, okay. Okay, so what does Mary Maloney do next? She has killed her husband. She goes to the market to have an alibi. She's cooking the evidence. Yes, she is cooking the evidence in the oven. So Mrs. Patrick is heading home with a can of peas, with potatoes, vegetables. She even asks the seller for his suggestions. You know, she's very tricky here at the market. She engages in long conversation. She asks the seller, Sam, like, so what do you think, what do you suggest for dessert for us? And the seller is like, oh, Mr. Patrick usually likes cheese, so get a cheese for him. So there's no way you forget a long conversation with someone, you know. So she goes home, she pretends this is the first time she's seeing the husband on the floor. There, she picks up the phone. She already knows the police station's phone number because her husband is working there. She calls the police. She's like, come quick. Patrick is dead. And they're like, Mrs. Maloney, Patrick is dead. So the police come over, they do the thing, take fingerprints, dust everywhere. You know what detectives do. They do all that. And then they called her and started questioning. She told them how she had put the meat in the oven and went out shopping. When she came back, she found the husband on the floor. The police checked out everything at the market and everything matched what she said. And the police went about searching the house, trying to find the clue of what happened to Mr. Patrick Maloney. The only thing that they could say to themselves is, you know, if we can just find the weapon, then we'll find the person that killed Mr. Patrick Maloney. While she's relaxing, trying to keep herself calm, she asked the other detectives for a drink. They should help her with a drink. They helped her with a drink. And she said, oh, I know you guys are working so hard trying to find my husband's killer, and you guys are friends with my husband, so it wouldn't be fair for you guys to just come to my house without eating anything. You know, just help yourself out with anything that you want to eat. You know, just eat. And she's like, oh, that reminds me, I have something cooking in the oven. You guys should just help yourself, take something to eat, and, you know, keep working hard to find my husband's killer. They were like, no, we don't want to impose on you, you know, this is a lot to handle, we're fine. She's like, no, I insist, take something for yourself, eat something so you have energy to keep on doing the work, because I know it's going to be a long night. You guys might go back to the office trying to investigate and, you know, keep digging for some more information, so eat something. So as not to offend her, they agreed to eat. They took out the lamb from the oven, cut it up, shared for everyone to eat. So while they were eating, they kept talking about the murder of Mr. Patrick Maloney. You know, they were wondering, you know, how did he die? Who killed him? Where is the piece of evidence? The doctor has said that his head was smashed into pieces, like they used a sledgehammer on it. So they were wondering, where could the evidence be? Is the person carrying it with them? Where is this evidence? As they were talking about it, Mrs. Mary Maloney was giggling in her room like, these people are wondering where the evidence is. Well, they are eating it downstairs. And so that is the end of the story. Like, what happens next? Are they actually going to find who the killer is? We know already they're not going to find the evidence because they've all eaten it. And the evidence was the lamb, and everyone has eaten it. So everyone is carrying a piece of the evidence. So when you plug it in, this is where you put it on. And over here, you can select what kind of lighting you want. Okay guys, that brings us to the end of this short story and unboxing. I hope you guys have taken away something good, something important from that story. Tell the truth. Don't get angry easily, because you might do something that you cannot bring yourself out from. Until next time, you guys take care of yourself and remain blessed. Bye.